Hello, my friends. I will tell you guys, today's going to be an awesome topic. We're going to be talking about the 3 key elements to a successful online party. Okay. There's a little rumor going around in other places of the interwebs that online parties are dead and Facebook parties are dead and Instagram parties are dead. And I'm here to tell you guys that's not the right mental state that we want to be in. So it's not true. People are out here having successful events. We just need to modernize our strategy. Today, we're going to be talking about these 3 key elements to a successful online party. And honestly, guys, we're going to break it down a little bit because when you are incorporating these 3 key elements into your business, even if it's outside of a party setting, you're going to see more traction. You're going to see more success because there's an equal amount of giving and getting when you're thinking about these 3 strategies. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and break this down. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you have people that are in direct sales or in small business that you think would benefit from this live, make sure to invite them into the group, tag them in this video, people on your team, maybe that are having issues with like flop parties. You know what? Raise your hand in the comments if you have had issues or if you've ever had a flop party. Okay. And if you're not in the party-based industry, have you ever gotten yourself in a situation where you have put an online event together? Because I know small business owners do this. They get little online events together. Maybe you have like your little products that you're selling, and for whatever reason, nobody buys anything. Okay. And I know a lot of us can relate to this. Okay. It is a normal thing. I do want to tell you guys up front, if you are in a business where you have to have a gathering of people, or even in any kind of scenario where you're selling something, you're always going to have dry days. You're always going to have flop parties. You're always going to have people that say they're going to buy something and they don't buy it. Okay. So if you're feeling like, well, I just don't understand because my parties are awesome. I'm using awesome scripts. I have great hostess coaching skills. I don't understand why people don't buy. I just want to give you this reality check for you with love. It's gonna happen. Okay. It happens to all of us. Okay. I've had flop parties. Everybody has them. It's absolute. If you had a perfect rate of just ongoing parties where you always made sales, I need to know your secret because I think everybody goes through it, but people don't talk about it enough. The fact that, hey, it's okay that we have a situation where people have gotten together and nobody has purchased. Usually there are simple things that you can do to help increase your chances. Okay. And one of the things that I've learned over the last few years is you have to have a strategy. Why is a strategy important? And we'll tell you this. Okay. That's why I'm going to break these 3 things down. Having a strategy helps you stay consistent. Okay. When you have a strategy, that means you have a plan. When you have a plan, that means that you have kind of a rubric. You have kind of a guideline that you are going through, that you are repeating in every party scenario, in any selling scenario. And so that is why having a routine, a strategy, a set way of doing something, and having multiple tools in your toolbox as an option for every goal that you have, I totally believe that is crucial for success. Okay. I've got tools for recruiting, not just relying on one strategy. I've got tools for going live and booking parties. I've got tools for growing your group, growing your influence online. You can't just stick to one strategy. And then when it fails, you wonder why nobody did anything. Why didn't anybody purchase? And here's another obstacle that some of us are probably going through as well. Some of us have not made the transition, okay, from home parties to online. Okay. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. Telemarketer. It literally says telemarketer on my phone. But some of us have not made that transition, right? I can't tell you how many leaders, like high up leaders I've spoken to, they're just like, I've built my entire business on home parties. I've built my entire business on connecting with people and touching products and showing them live demos and connecting with people in person and going from house to house. I just don't know how to make the transition online. Okay. So we're going to be talking a little bit of that as well. Hello, everybody. I'm working on getting party in order. Fantastic. Change is hard. It can be. But here's the deal. When it comes to owning a business or running a business, you have to be open-minded. You have to be open to change, because the way that we did 5 Facebook parties 3 years ago is 1,000 times more like just different from what we're doing now. Okay. Because things change, businesses change, right? Strategies change. And, consumers change, the way that they behave, the way that they think, the way that information is being presented to people nowadays has also changed. Here's a known fact that some people don't know. So on Facebook, right? We all know, as far as like your mobile service, right? I want to ask you guys a question, and then I'm going to get into the statistic. Who in this chat, who's watching this live, who watches and interacts on Facebook stories? Who watches and interacts? Like, do you post in your Facebook stories? Yes or no? Do you watch other people's Facebook stories? Yes or no? Right? Just let me know what you guys do when it comes to that. Because I'm going to give you something very interesting that every time I share this piece of information, people are like, really? For real? Because some people will say no, right? Some people say, no, I don't use my Facebook stories. And I promise I'm going to get to the point of this video, but I want to give you this as an example because it has everything to do with this training. Okay. Yes, some people say no. And yes, sometimes I post and try to interact as much as I can. No, I don't. No, watch, but don't interact, right? You see how there's a mixture of comments though. Some people say yes, absolutely. Some people say, no, I've never used the dang thing before. I don't even know how to use it, right? Like I didn't use Facebook stories until June of 2020. I remember when I first started using it. It's completely changed my business, right? So here's why I tell you this. I know we're talking about Facebook parties, but this is why I say this. Did you know that people on Facebook specifically, okay, this is Instagram is different. On Facebook, people will watch a Facebook story on your page 15 times more likely for them to watch your story than to watch the post on your feed. Did you know that? So people that are friends with you on Facebook, right? They will 15 times more likely to watch your video on your story versus watching your post on your feed. Did you know that? So what happens, okay, and let me get into this next part. What happens if you are a business, because there's network marketers out here that promote their business on their feed. What happens if you're still continuously making the same kind of post on your feed, but you don't adapt and you don't try stories? There's 15 times more likely that people will miss your feed post because they're looking at your stories. Okay. So that's just a missed opportunity. Okay. That's why I bring that up. It's a missed opportunity. So do you have to post in your Facebook stories to be successful? Absolutely not. But it kind of shows like where social media is headed, right? Social media is 100% a keeping up with the trends, right? TikTok was a huge thing, right? Does everybody remember when TikTok kind of blew up and everybody was using TikTok for business, and how now it's starting to die down a little bit and people are 1,000% like going towards Facebook Reels, and now Facebook Reels is the big thing, which by the way, we will do a training on for those of you guys that really want to get into it. It's all about keeping up with the trends, and sometimes that can be difficult. But here's what happens when you stay stagnant and you don't adapt and you don't develop strategies and you don't try new things. You end up in doing the same thing over and over again, right? Not investing in yourself, not trying new concepts out, right? And then your business starts to dwindle because you're not keeping up with how people behave on social media, how people what their behaviors look like. And that's 1,000% going to excel your business when you are focused on, yes, coming up with your strategies and staying consistent, but also keeping an open mind to new ideas, using Facebook rooms, right? Doing live video if you're not doing live video now. Talking about the 3 key elements today, which is video, visuals, and value. Those 3 things are going to change your life when it comes to business. if you use it in every part of your business. So this is going to help you with Facebook parties and of course, every portion of your business. But let's talk specifically about Facebook parties, and I won't talk you guys to death. But I wanted to give you that interesting fact because I think a lot of people don't think about those things. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about modernizing your Facebook party strategy. If I were to ask you, right, comment below and let me know. Let's participate on this live training. Or if you're watching the replay for my replay folks, right? If I were to ask you, what is your Facebook party strategy? What would you tell me? If you had a strategy, okay, strategy is a set of it's kind of like a set routine, right? Of things that you do in your party, all right, that are generated or created to help you bring a result, right? It's a way of doing things. What is your strategy when it comes to Facebook parties? Do you have one, right? Videos, visual, and value. Videos, visual, and value is everything. It's absolutely everything. But if you have a set strategy, sorry, I'm having a bad hair day. Please let me know in the comments, okay? Because I'm really interested. And it could be very simple. Like what Mylene, is that how you pronounce her name? Mylene? For me, it needs to be short, engaging, and finish with a live. That is great. That is a great strategy to have, right? So her strategy is, okay, let's break that down, is I want to have a short party event, right? Short creates urgency. So that's a very good thing, right? Creates urgency. It's very quick. It needs to be engaging, obviously, so that people can kind of keep up and see what's going on. Helps the algorithm, because when the algorithm is assisted, of course, people are going to be more likely to view that content. And what was the last thing that she said? Ended with a live, which is great because the live builds know, like, and trust, right? So that's a strategy. I love it. I love seeing this stuff, guys, because everybody runs their business differently. There's not a wrong way. Because it's okay to have longer parties. For some of y'all, because I did post up not too long ago, some of you guys like to do like 5 to 7 day parties. Totally okay, right? Those can still be successful, 1000%. You just have to incorporate those key elements. And you also have to incorporate the fact that people's behaviors when it comes to social media has changed, okay? And I'm going to explain this to you. Number one, all right, and hopefully you can take notes if this is helpful for you. But number one, your job in a party, okay, let's just talk about this part. Your job in a party is to hold attention span. Am I correct on that? You have to hold attention span. Lots of us get into a flow where on day 3, we lose people's attention. People either hop off, they get busy with life, they forget, they don't see the posts, they don't, there's no urgency to purchase. And when there's no urgency, then there's no necessity, right? Like there's no need for me to pay attention to everything because there's no urgency behind it, right? So I'm going to forget. I'm going to go on to my day-to-day life. And you can't stop life. Like life is just going to keep going, right? So I say that because it's true. And so attention span's number 1. Number 2 is good content, right? In your party setting, do you have good content? Or are you just constantly doing sales posts? And I know some of you are going to say, well, you're in a party. Of course, you're supposed to sell 1000%. But does that strategy of posting just sales posts work anymore? Can you just, as a stranger that is being introduced to a bunch of strangers minus the host, can you captivate an audience with just sales posts now? The answer to that is no. You got to get creative now, right? That's why we talk about these 3 elements. All right. And the third thing is, I think in a party is the challenge of creating that urgency. Okay. How do you create urgency in a setting full of strangers? And how do you, when you do create that urgency, how do you get that to convert into sales? Okay. So those are those 3 things that I want you to kind of think about, and hopefully you've written down. So maybe you can write some notes next to it. So let's talk about how these 3 elements are going to help you, okay, overcome some of that. Okay. Also post for interaction, but now I'm shortening it to 3 days as well as information reading as a helpful thing to share. Absolutely, right? Shortening the event is a great strategy as well. But I also want to make sure that you guys know 5 to 7 day events, to me, it doesn't matter how long it is. Honestly, as long as it's not past like 6 or 7 days, then you're kind of getting to a point where people are just going to most definitely, like forget about the party and not see a priority in it anymore. But it has everything to do with quality content too, right? You can have a longer event as long as your content is not consistently, random games and sales posts. You have to have the other V, which is value. So let's break those three down. Okay. Let's break down value, video, and visuals. Okay. Number one, let's talk about visuals. Okay. Why do you need good visuals in a party setting? Well, here, let's talk about this. When you see something pretty, okay, it's called shiny object syndrome, where it's very easy to get distracted with it, right? I know we all go through shiny object syndrome. Sometimes we're like working and then we get distracted, and that's called shiny object syndrome because something else gets your attention. So think about that concept in a party setting, right? If you've got good visuals that capture attention, that is a great thing. This is why we do themed parties. This is why I promote fun, engaging, themed parties, because when there is a theme attached to it and there's a pretty visual behind it, it captures people's attention. And that's what you want. You want to have the ability to capture attention. Okay. So how do you do that in a visual? A visual it's not necessarily just the graphic, right? You want to have quality graphics. Those pixelated graphics don't work anymore, right? Overused graphics from like Google that have been used for 15 years in every single party ever, they don't work anymore because it doesn't capture attention, right? And quality visuals help. So the graphic and having a theme also helps with that. But what about your text, right? Let's talk about your text, because this is absolutely plays into the visual part of this key element. The text or the caption of your post needs to be short, to the point. There needs to be separations in text so that it's easy on the eyes, okay? I will read something if there is not a lot of text in it, right? So I'm talking about like 5-6 sentences max, okay? Max. Some people, and we used to actually make our scripts this way in the past because they used to work, right? Some people have posts to where the text is paragraphs, right? It's like 6-7 paragraphs. And, it's even hard to do it like in my training events, right? Where I do a training event and it's like 3 paragraphs long, but there's tons of value in it, right? So sometimes that's hard. But when you're in a party setting, right, and you are introducing products, you're introducing yourself for the first time, you're trying to capture, hold attention, and then convert, right? You need to make sure that in your text, if it is going to be a little longer, there needs to be separation of text. There needs to be emojis, okay? Add emojis to your post because it will capture attention, okay? Making that transition, those simple transitions into quality content with visuals that are visually appealing, right? And then making sure that your text is short and to the point, broken up so it's easy on the eyes with emojis is great, okay? Because it's just that extra bit of color. It's that extra effort, right, to capture attention. And if you even have the ability to take some of that text and make it bold and black, you can do that too. That will also capture attention. So it's just about having variety, okay? Here's a fun fact for you guys. For humans to be happy, okay, and I read this somewhere, for people to be happy and for people to be content, people need variety in their lives, okay? And I know that's kind of a funny transition to what we're talking about, but it's so true, right? If I watch something or if I'm looking at something and it doesn't hold my attention because it's just this one long message with tons of words, or if it's this overused graphic that I've seen on Google in every single party ever, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have been to parties. Like you guys have seen people use old pixelated graphics and it's not pretty, right? But people use them because they're free and like, it just makes it easy to just pull images off of the internet and not create them yourself, right? That's kind of the hard part when it comes to creating content online. However, it doesn't hold people's attention because they've seen it before. And it doesn't have enough variety when it's just a long message and an overused graphic, okay? So let's think about how you can convert that. How do you create variety in a visual? You break up the messages, right? Put some spacing, add some color, okay? and you have an appealing visual. Okay. So that's kind of my breakdown when it comes to visuals. It's not just the graphic, it's the message too. And here's another added thing. Okay. This is one thing that I want to give you guys that I want you guys to really think about when you're talking about products. We focus so much. Okay. And you guys can attest to this in the comments. We focus so much on describing the features of a product, it is no longer beneficial to our consumer. I'm going to say that again. We focus so much on the features of a product, it is no longer beneficial to the consumer. What do I mean by that? When you focus on the color of this pen and how amazing this pen is because of the color and the fact that it has a diamond on there, that doesn't benefit you. So you don't have a reason to purchase this from me. Simply focusing on features over benefits is not going to help you sell more. Okay? You have to switch the conversation from just features to the benefits of the feature. Okay? So if I were to watch, for example, wink, wink, if I were in the SendShare group and I attend a Tuesday training, right? Some of you guys here are from SendShare, and I saw that they were posting like, oh, find and replace is awesome. If they simply just said, find and replace is awesome, right? Because it's easy to find it. You just click the right-hand corner of the folder and then that's it. That doesn't sell you, right? Because you just told me what it is, what it looks like, and where to find it. That doesn't help me. But if I were to tell you the benefits, right? I can edit an entire script in 15 minutes if I find keywords, right? Using keywords, using this awesome feature called Find and Replace. Here's how to do it. And I gave you the visual for it, right? You see the benefit, you see an awesome visual, and you see why you need it, right? Features are facts and benefits are why anyone cares. I want to say your name is Laura. You're going to have to help me pronounce your name, girl. I love the way your name is spelled. But yes, that is everything. You have to focus on benefits, okay? Because this, gosh, I wish I had like a direct sales product next to me. If I just had a product, right? And I was showing it to you and I was telling you all the colors it comes in and the dimensions and the fact that it has a strap and it has a bigger strap on it and da-da-da-da. Like, you might care a little bit, but I haven't sold you on the benefits. I haven't sold you why you need this product. I haven't sold you how this product is going to save you time, it's going to save you energy, or it's going to make doing something in your life a little bit easier. You guys have to focus on that part. Okay? You have to change your strategy from just describing the features of a product to focusing on benefits. Okay? And if your visual, okay, pro tip here, we're going to go into video here in just a minute, but if your visual is a video, okay, then you can knock out those 3 key elements that we're talking about in one post: video, visual, and value. Okay, so we just talked about visuals. All right, hopefully that helps. Thumbs up in the comments if this is helpful so far. You guys getting some value so far? Wink, wink, value. So that's the visuals portion, right? So yeah, it's all about the post, how you construct your verbiage, what the visuals actually look like, because your goal is to capture attention, hold attention, and then make those posts convert, right? So now we've talked about visuals. Let's move on to the second part, which is video, okay? This is probably the most difficult part when it comes to our business because, number one, video puts you automatically in a position where you have to be vulnerable, right? Video puts you in a position where it makes you exit your comfort zone. Some of you guys are comfortable with video. Some of y'all are not. Let me know in the comments who utilizes video in parties. Okay. Just let me know in the comments. But like, here's the deal with videos, guys. Okay. It's a scary thing for some of us. And for some of us, it's not a scary thing. Some of us use video all the time. And here's the deal. And this is the part of business where you have to have an open mind. You have to be able to keep your mind open so you can try new things, okay? And video, I will tell you this, The reason why my business, in both my network marketing business and this business, right? The reason why it's grown fast is because of video. All right. Utilizing video is going to be the best thing you do for your business if you're not doing it already. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. I hate being in front of a camera. Okay. Let's look at some of these comments really quickly. I do short videos. Short videos are great. I hate being in front of a camera. I get that, Julie. I use it, but I'm still not real comfortable with it. Guys, I want to tell you, if you're uncomfortable with video, introvert. This girl right here is a total introvert. Okay. And I've struggled with video in general. The fact that I have a chipped tooth and I have a issue sometimes with speech. Sometimes I'll repeat the same word a couple times because I have a stutter. My brother actually has a worse stutter. I've talked about that in the past. But you can't let that hold you back. You can't let the sound of your voice hold you back. You can't let your insecurities hold you back, or if you think you have a big head, or if you think you have acne all over your face, you can't let that hold you back, because video is the fastest way to build the know, like, and trust factor. Video in general, whoever said for video live or pre-recorded, it's video in general, whether it's live or posting a pre-recorded video. It is the fastest way to build a know, like, and trust factor. I did a live in the Cinshare group, and like a few hundred of you guys joined the group afterwards because you guys read the comments, right? Some of you guys were like, oh, I love your personality. You have a great energy. Oh, I love this about you. You're so helpful. And I love the way you explain that, blah, 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 right? You can recreate that in a party setting. You can recreate that in a group. People follow people. They don't follow businesses. Okay? People follow big people. People join people. They don't join businesses, right? Just like the same concept is people follow or people fire people, right? They leave jobs because of the leadership. They don't leave jobs because of the job, right? So your idea is, or here's what you want to do in a party setting, and even in your VIP group communities, you want to build that know, like, and trust factor, and you want people to like you, okay? You want them to like you, because when they like you, they trust you. And when they trust you, whenever you do have that new product launch, or whenever you do decide to switch companies or build your own brand because you found a new passion, people will continue to follow you, right? That's why we don't give people the 31 website, right? We don't give them a link to the 31 website. We give them a link to our VIP group communities, right? On your Facebook profile, you need to have a link to your VIP group, your business page, not your companies. They've already built their brand. They've already built the know, like, and trust factor. They already have their millions of customers. Now it's your turn, right? And that's exactly what you have to do in a party setting. So how do you do that? Let's talk about these strategies here. For video, here's easily how you can make a product post into a valuable video, okay? That attracts attention and also helps you convert more, but also helps you build the know, like, and trust factor. You want to take, even if it's just 2 posts out of your entire party script to start off, to make it easy, take some of your product posts and make a video out of it. So if you own and use your products, which I hope you guys are using it, right? Take your products and do a video tutorial of your product and highlight the benefits and what you love to use them for in a video, in a quick 1 to 2 minute video. Let me give you another example, okay? Because that's going to change everything for you, by the way. If you decide to do that at least a little bit in your parties, even if it's just talking about the monthly special and highlighting your favorite product of the season, and those are the only 2 videos you do, that's going to help you so much because people get to know you, okay? They get to know you, and they have a reason to look at the products, right? They have a reason to want them and need them. So I'm going to give you a quick example. Some of you guys join me from Cinshare, right? Some of you guys have never met me before, but I do a couple events in Cinshare sometimes, and some of you guys purchased Facebook party scripts because of it. Why? Why did you purchase a Facebook party script? Because you saw the value, right? You saw enough tutorial videos of me showing you how to use it in Cinshare, and I built the know, like, and trust factor with you guys. You guys like my personality, right? That is exactly what you can do in a party setting. The same concept works, okay? The only difference is I did it for another, in a Facebook group with a bunch of people in it, right? I did the exact same concept in there. The only difference is it's another crowd of people. Think about that in your party setting. When you have a crowd of people in a group and you are showing up in video and you're sharing benefits and you are giving short posts, right? That give the idea of what you do and how you do it. And it's the same concept, except instead of Facebook party scripts, it's your products. So utilize video, guys. So that's just one way. Take some of your product posts and start little, start short to begin with. If you have a set script that you use, take 2 of those product posts. Okay, here's your homework for those y'all that want to try this, and make a video. And here's what Mylene said that was really perfect. And it's easier to repurpose after. So here's how you get smart with this stuff. When you make a video, okay, that's still relevant season after season after season, you can save the video into an album on your phone and reuse it for all of the parties for the season. You can reuse it in your VIP group and put it under guides and have a value piece in there, right? It leads me into the value, the last V, which is value. You can repurpose it if somebody has a question on that particular product when you're in Messenger or when you're conversating, you can comment with that video. Here's the fact when it comes to video. People want their information faster. That's a fact. People don't want to spend all day reading a long post and having to take multiple steps to get what they want. The easier you make it for them, the faster and the easier it will be for you to convert. So having a video concept in your parties allows people to watch your video, learn about you, learn about the products, why they need it, okay? And it also creates that forever customer, and it also helps convert faster, okay? So I want you guys to really think about that one when it comes to video. The next part of video, and I'll briefly touch on, is live video, because these product posts can 100% be pre-recorded, something that you can repurpose and reuse over and over again. And then you upload them into your VIP group, put them under guides, and people know for that season, these are really awesome videos I can watch to learn about the products that's new in the catalog, right? All you do is refresh them every season. So now let's talk about live video. Live video is excellent because number one, know, like, and trust factor, right? 2, people are getting their information faster. And 3, you get to interact with your people. Even if it's a replay setting. You know how many people, when I do a live video in here and I save it under guides and somebody else a year later finds that information and a new person, right? Some of you guys that are new were going through my videos. I get comments every day on my phone when it comes to people watching a video I did a year, 2 years ago, right? And they'll ask questions and then I can go in and reply, even if it's been a year or 2. They get their information faster. They're still going to be able to get that information and learn from it, and you can still interact with them. Interacting with your people that you don't know is fantastic for building a connection. Okay, building a connection, because connections convert. When you can build connections, you will convert, right? So I want to give you that last piece too. Live video. And here's the thing, like when you're playing booking games, that's a fun thing to do in a party setting. Play a booking game. I will scream it at the roof. What is it? Top of the roof, top of my lungs, whatever the thing is, whatever the phrase is. You got to play games, okay? People love to be entertained. Let's think about the 3 reasons why people use Facebook. Entertainment, education, and connection. Can you tackle those 3 things in every single party setting? Yes, you can, okay? When you're doing connection, the live video is the best way to do it. You can play booking games. You can do a live demo. You could just do a tutorial if you wanted to. You can do an entire party event where you're doing your product post, right? You do your selling piece, you play a couple games, then you do a live setting where you play a fun booking game, right? and then you do a quick demo, and you can even take orders while you're live, guys. Okay, you can create bundles out of nowhere and sell in your live video. Okay, that's what's great about lives, is that you control the atmosphere. You control the outcome to a certain extent when you're on a live video and you have captivated your audience and you are engaging and interacting and answering questions. It's the best way to build that know, like, and trust factor and that following, and also help you get closer to conversions. Okay, there's a lot of C's in here. I need to come up with another C thing. Okay, shout from the rooftop. Exactly, Robert. Okay, so there's that last piece. So now let's go into the last element, okay, to a successful Facebook party: value. Value. I think 99.9% of parties that I have attended, that piece constantly gets left out. Okay, in a party setting, people don't focus on value. Does anybody want to give me the definition of what you think value is? Let me know in the comments. Value, all right? If people feel like they are getting value from you, all right, they will build that know, like, and trust factor even faster. Okay? These are all these 3 V's, when you put them together, is like the ultimate package in any sales situation, especially in your VIP group. If you can consistently deliver on those 3 elements. Value is information that is usable outside of the party. Boom! Perfect. Valuable is shareable. Value content is shareable content. Okay? It's information that you can use outside of the party. It's information that educates. Okay? Education, connection, entertainment, right? We want to focus on those 3 reasons why people use social media to begin with. There's the education piece. So how do you educate in a party, and why does that work? Well, number 1, never assume that people know what 31 is. Never assume that people know what Pampered Chef is. Just because they have an idea or they've attended a party before doesn't mean they really know what it is. Okay? You don't know if they ever purchased. You don't know if they've ever owned the products or if they know anything about it. So it's your job, okay, to be the pilot in the pilot seat and educate and treat these people like they've never seen it before. You are reintroducing the product every time you put the products in front of them, because it's all in the way that you market it. So if you're marketing from the perspective of giving value and teaching people how to use the product in an effective way, people have another reason to purchase. They have a purpose when it comes to purchasing, okay? So I'll give you an example. How can you put value in your products? You can 1000% do a video on how to clean your products, how to store your product, how to make a 15-minute meal with these products, right? If you're with Pampered Chef, how to style yourself for a date night with these products, right? That could be clothes, that could be makeup. How to lose weight in a healthy way, right? That's an example. It's wellness, right? How to think about the solutions, right? What solutions do people want? Usually when you think about solutions, it doesn't really matter what company it is. Usually when you think about solutions, it covers, it's usually these things. These are the things that people look for. They look to save time, right? To save energy, to work not as hard, right? And to get a result faster, okay? And a lot of times when you think about beauty, right? People just want to feel good about themselves. People just want to feel confident. So if you're focusing your value content on solutions that you will get because this product is going to help you get that solution, then you're just going to sell more, because then people have a reason to buy it. It's going to benefit them. And then you're not that salesy person, right? You're not, a lot of you guys say, well, I don't want to be salesy in a party. You're in direct sales. You got to sell. I always find that really funny. Like, I don't want to talk to new people. You're in network marketing. You have to market to your network, right? I'm in direct sales. I don't want to sell. I don't want to be spammy. You have to sell because you're in direct sales. You are directly selling to people. So don't be afraid of that concept, as long as, don't be afraid to sell, guys. Don't be afraid to sell. As long as you are focused on video, visuals, right? And value, okay? And you are focused on solutions for your audience. Okay. And then while also keeping in mind the three main reasons why people use social media to begin with, because when you understand that, you will understand how to market. Education, people go use Facebook for education. They use Facebook for entertainment, all right, and for connection. And you can absolutely attack all three of those things and hold people's attention and then convert. All right. So value, like I said, how-to videos. Value could even be you just coming on video and telling people what you do for a living in a party. You can record a 2 to 3 minute video about you and what you do for a living and why you love it and what you've reaped, what kind of rewards you've reaped because of what you do for a living. Wink, wink, for those of you guys trying to convert more recruits or start more conversations about recruiting. Don't do a video from your company, okay? It's very easy to see an infomercial of people you do not know, that you have never had a conversation with, that sell the company because that's their job to sell the company. It's different when it comes from you, okay? If you start doing that in your VIP group more, if you start doing that in your parties more, you're going to see a difference in response. You're going to have more conversations. It's funny how things change when it comes to like results that you're looking for when you are intentional about making content towards that, right? For those of you that want to convert more, my question would be, are you recruiting in your parties? What are you doing to start conversations when it comes to recruiting? What are you doing in your parties to get people to look at what you do, right? At the content. Are you ATMing people? Are you sharing a video? Have you broadcasted it all? Have you talked about it at all? Are you posting about it in your stories even, right? The next thing is, well, it's really hard to get sales. Well, are you selling in your party, but are you giving value in solutions and the why behind it while you're selling, right? Are you showing up on video? And this is what I mean about having a toolbox of different strategies. For every goal that you have in your party, you need to have at least 3 set strategies for each goal. Does that make sense? You have to have 3 set strategies. So for example, if I want to book parties in my party and messaging everybody didn't work because nobody saw my message because I'm not friends with them, then the next thing I need to do is probably do a booking game, whether it's a post booking game or a live booking game. There's my second strategy, all right? Have 2 to 3 strategies in your pocket for each goal, right? I gave you some for recruiting. I gave you some for booking parties. So you should have some for sales. You should have some for hostess coaching. You should have some for bringing people into your VIP group. When you become consistent with your strategies and you are constantly trying new things and keeping your mind open to them, you're going to see different results, okay? All right, guys, hashtag value in the comments because I just went through the whole spiel. That's all I have for you guys. I hope it was helpful. Keep those 3 V's in mind. Take a look at your party script if there's one that you're constantly recycling. Another thing you could do, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but we also sell Facebook party scripts. We sell VIP group planner scripts. The new one for January is up. The VIP group planner script for February, which is a Galentine's Day theme, was also posted early on our website. So if you want to get everything pre-planned and scheduled for February, you can in your VIP group. And you guys, you're going to see that like in our script, you're going to see a healthy mix of content. We just actually, the new party scripts that we have coming out for February, not the VIP group one, but the regular party scripts that are coming out are going to be completely restructured to where there's more value in it. Because every year we modernize our scripts. This year we have completely modernized it, so it's a little different also. So that's going to be coming out on the 25th of January. I hope this was valuable, guys. I hope it was helpful. I really just tried to break everything down in a way that made sense, that also is a modern way of thinking of things, right? But I want you also to get this from this training, okay? If you're not seeing results and if you're constantly just running into flop parties and you're doing the same thing over and over again, then it's probably time to change your strategy, okay? Don't be afraid of change. Be open to change. Be excited about change. I know some of us are afraid of it, but you can't put yourself in that spot. You can't be afraid of trying something new, because when you're afraid of trying something new and that new thing comes out, and then that advanced version of that new thing comes out, and then the advanced version of that new thing comes out, then it becomes intimidating. And then you just like kind of shrink into, you know, this thing where you're not ready to try it because now it's this advanced thing. Okay, put on your training wheels. Step 1 is to put on your training wheels and make small changes to start. If you're doing a script where you have built your own thing and you want to start incorporating some new strategies because you're running into constant flop parties, I want you guys to put on your training wheels and take baby steps. For your next Facebook party, take 2 of those product posts and replace it with a video and see what kind of reaction it gets. All right. If you've never done a live video before, I want you to challenge yourself and do a fun live video, even if it's not a booking game. Maybe you're not comfortable with that yet. That's okay to take baby steps. Do a short live video where you are sharing your favorite products for the season. That's it. Take 5 of your favorite products and share why you like them, not just features, why you like them, what you use them for. People want to relate to you. They want to relate and connect with other people. They don't like to be sold to. Okay. I hope you guys hear that last portion. They don't like to be sold to. Okay. And the last example before I let you guys go, I know I'm talking you all to death. I want to give you this other thing. Okay. And I want to ask you this question, and hopefully you guys participate on this one. Have you ever been in a store, maybe a Target, a boutique, maybe, you know, somewhere that you like to go shopping? Have you ever been in a store and you start talking to like the store clerk or the person that like the salesperson or whoever, right? And you might have an intention of buying something, but really maybe you didn't have an intention of buying something. And you went there and you purchased something that you did not intend on buying, but that person sold you on it. Has that ever happened to you where you entered an establishment with a goal of maybe getting one thing? Y'all are all going to say Target. I already know it. Y'all going to say Target. Have you ever been in an establishment where you had a goal of buying one thing, but then you left with like 4 or 5 things after talking to somebody? Okay. If you have, which most of us have, a lot of us have been in a situation where we're talking to somebody that we like, right? We end up liking that person, has sold us on something, and we buy it. 9 times out of 10, you buy the thing because you saw the benefits in it, you saw the value in it, and you liked the person that sold it to you. Think about that for a minute. Remember that person that sold it to you. And I want you to take that idea and incorporate it into your online parties, okay? Because it is the same concept except virtual. All right? Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for, hopping on. Hashtag value in the comments. I will see you guys next Sunday. I know it's Monday, but I gave you a little bit of a longer training today because I felt bad about yesterday. Anyways, I babble anyway. I go live for a long period of time, but hopefully it was valuable. I will see you guys next Sunday, friends. See y'all later.